Hello and welcome. I am the Restless Kaiser, and I'm over here.
And I'm the Wardrobe, and I'm over here.
But together we are modeling
for advantage.
Woo!
Yeah.
Then, Todd, before we tell them what we're here to do, why don't you tell them who you are? Some people won't recognize your beautiful self.
Oh, man, that's a shame. So I'm Todd. I'm known as Wardrobe Plays World War II. I have a YouTube channel out there called that, Wardrobe Plays World War II. You can see the little logo on Kaiser's starting screen. So I've just got a YouTube channel where I play World War II. Can you figure? But I do miniatures and hex encounter cardboard and map games as well. So think if you've heard of Advanced Squad Leader, I do that a little bit. Heroes of Normandy, SCS, MMP games, Standard Combat Series, those type of games, and then miniatures, of course. And I play all kinds of World War II sets. I kind of hover around certain ones, Iron Cross being one of them that I've played a few times solo, which is why I believe Kaiser's brought me on here to help him learn the game. And then just Blitzkrieg Commander is one that I play probably the most, that I played the most. And then I play a little bit of Bolt Action, Fistful of Lead, you name it. I've tried a bunch of them, Command Decision. I always have a trouble. People make fun of me on my channel because I'm always like, oh, Blitzkrieg Commander is the thing. And then next week I'm playing Iron Cross. And the next week I'm like, and the next week I'm playing another one and then another one and Chain of Command or whatever. So
in my experience, you're playing a Chain of Command scenario with Flames of War rules with a little bit sprinkled in from Blitzkrieg Commander.
Yes, that is accurate. In fact, if I may say, what I'm prepping for here, and you can't see it's not going to focus, I'm sure, but on that table over there, it's a Flames of War book from version 3, Villar's Bocage. So I'm going to take a scenario from that, probably Barkman's Corner. I'm going to try it with Iron Cross, Fistful of Toes, Crossfire, and Blitzkrieg Commander. I don't know if I'll get to all those, but definitely Fistful of Toes because I'm trying to learn that game. So yeah, that's what I do.
Crossfire is a word I haven't heard for a while. So, it seems like we got the Rockies War Room crew are all here. Look,
yeah,
and we got Mini Warmat in there.
I recruited them to come on.
Oh right, you recruited them, did you? All right. So what's happening here, guys? Is Todd is player 1. I'm player 2. He's going to take me through the rules. So I'm going to be moving his models based upon his request, and that means I'm going to be quite busy. So if you feel unloved in the comments, it's not that I don't love you all. It's that I've kind of got a lot to do. But this is a great way for me to learn the game from someone who knows how to play. In terms of the forces on the table, what you can see at the front here is actually all off the table. So the Germans have got a Tiger and a platoon of infantry and 4 of their, is this command points? What do they call them, Todd?
Command tokens.
Command tokens. The same for the British over here, 4 command tokens, a platoon of infantry, and a Sherman Firefly. The British are deployed up here, mortar machine gun, company commander, infantry platoon, and a Firefly. Walking around to the other side of the room. Germans have got a platoon of infantry here, a mortar, another mortar, and a commander, a company commander. It's a meeting engagement, which is why we're sort of bumbling onto the table. It's turn 1. The piles that count as nearest the dice are the order chits, and they're quite important, aren't they, Todd?
Yes. Hey, I did want to ask real quick, what's the edge of the table towards the camera here? Is it just that edge of that hill? Is kind of the line?
Where is the line?
Towards the screen here. I'm just curious what that side of the table end. I guess it must be where those reserves are sitting.
Where does the table end? No, I just can't move the camera back much further than this in this room. There's about a 6-inch triangle here that you can't see.
Okay.
Of just past you. Same on the other side.
I got you. Okay, I'm with you. All right. Cool.
All right.
What's oh wait, I didn't look. Who goes first? All that stuff we did, I did not look at that.
Off to a good start. Yeah. What's the first thing we do? Oh, no.
Oh yeah, roll a d6 and and the highest score choosing whether to start or with the initiative or not. So, and then all units count as having moved at the start of the game. So, like if you shoot at me or I shoot, it's we've already moved. So, all right. So roll a d6. I got a 4.
You got a 2. Looks like
all right. So I can decide who goes first.
Oh, you decide.
Let me see. Look at how that tank moves. Okay. All right. You know what? I will. I'll let you move first.
You let me take the first move. Okay. So I've got 11 tokens, right?
Correct.
No.
Nope, you don't, because
I have 9.
The 4 that that's correct.
Yeah.
So just real quick, so everybody knows, you get a command token for every unit, and a unit is an infantry stand, a tank, or whatever. But your commander gives you an additional 2. So he and I both have 11 units, and plus our commander, so that's another 2 with his command bonus. Now, if that commander dies, those 3 command tokens will leave. So that's quite a hit. Yeah, and this is a very small game. As we were preparing for this, they kind of talk up to 1,000 points. We've only got like 350 or something. So it's very small, but we wanted to see if we could learn the basics and get through, I don't know if we'll get through the whole game. It's 7 turns, but we'll get a lot figured out here, I think. All right, so yes, sir. So you'll pick one of your stands. Oh, and these reserves do not come on until turn 3, in which time we can discuss how that works. So pick a unit, give them a token, and you do not need to roll anything to activate the very first time for each unit.
So I'll spend a command token.
Okay.
Activate the infantry. Oh, it's each base.
It is each base, but you can do platoon movement, and I have not done that much. So if everyone can be patient a moment. Now, Mini Warm-Up will comment about Todd spending time in the rules, so he can just shut up. I'll do a preemptive be quiet.
Yeah, he should get on and finish that plastic Kirk that he's not painted yet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh. All right, movement, platoon move. So basically what it's going to be able to do, you can move up to, I think, 3 units of the same type, so infantry. So a grouping of 3 of the same type may activate as one group as long as they are of the same type. Within 12 inches of another unit in the group, and they are declaring a normal move with no firing. So you're only going to be able to move 6 inches and will not be able to fire. And that is the only activation allowed for that group in that turn. I would not do that.
Oh,
it's too, you got
in that turn. Okay. So I'll activate this unit here and I'll move it 6.
Okay. Now put that token next to him because that is assigned to him. So now, you can, because you have used an activation token, you can pass and make me do something, or you can activate another unit. And you can activate that unit again if you'd like, and we can talk about how that works.
I'm going to start just trying to get guys in position. So I'm going to activate the mortar, and I'm going to move him up here too. And then I'm going to activate, because you can try and seize initiative from me, right?
I can if I can see you, and I really can't see you.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'll just keep going here then. So I've moved all of these guys 6. And I'll move this mortar over here 6 to there. So that's me having moved all of my units once. So I've now got 3 command tokens left over. So I'm going to have to activate somebody a second time.
Yep.
Right. I can't see you, Todd, when I'm over here. I was leading audio feedback. It was quiet. So if I try and activate this infantry platoon, what do I need to do?
So because you have 1 token on there, you need to roll a d6, and it has to be higher than the number of tokens or morale points, which we'll talk about later, than you have. So you have 1, so you need to roll 2 or higher.
3.
Okay, so you're good. And
so
then
you'll him another 6.
And then you'll add another token to him. So now that guy's got 2 tokens.
I'm going to move this unit. I'm going to try anyway, so I need a 2 up. Yep. So he's going to move 6. So can he occupy this building?
Yep, he can. So, and put 2 tokens next to him. Yep, perfect.
Cool.
And
then this one here is going to activate again. Whoops, 4.
Got it.
So I'm good.
Going into the woods, or
I've not quite made it to the woods.
Okay.
And the hedge. I've disappeared off camera.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hold on, real quick. And I don't know if this will matter to you. You can move 9 in. You can move 9 inches for rapid movement. You would not be able to fire then.
Oh.
That turn. So you wouldn't be able to move that. But you're not going to fire at anything anyway right now, I don't think.
No. So everybody could have moved. That moved 1.
Yeah, I am so sorry about that. Yeah, everyone could have moved 9 inches.
Cool. So this guy could have moved another 6 over here then.
Perfect.
And this guy could have moved another 3. All right. There we go.
How about the guy? How about that guy over by the windmill? Did you want to move him up another, or did he move 9?
No, he moved 6, but I think he's where he wants to be. He's a mortar.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
This one could have moved another 6. Are you slowed by the rough going at all?
Let's look here. No test. Nope.
No. So he could have actually moved another 6, so he'll be there. So that's all of my tokens spent. So I guess it's your turn, right?
That's correct.
Shackles and Spruce says, "Hey, hello there, mate. How you doing?"
So
I am cross.
Let's move my tank.
Oh yeah.
Let's move him 20 inches on the road.
You can make a road move of up to 20 and still shoot.
No, because that's rapid movement.
That's that far.
That's fine.
Oh no, actually, because you put it on the table, it's that far.
So you cheating me out here? Keep them honest, everybody. Oh yeah, and I don't know. If anybody knows this rule and you see us do something, please let me know. I'm open to correction.
And ridicule.
Yeah, that's a given. So let's what do I want to do here? I should have been thinking about this while you were moving, but that would be silly. So let's move those white things, by the way, everybody, are the objectives. Basically, you just have to be on them. We're trying to capture them or destroy each other's forces. Man, I should have deployed a little differently. So let's man, I feel stuck here. So let's move. We're gonna starting towards that hedge near the road. Let's just move those units. Are those infantry? All of those?
Infantry. Commander, medium machine gun, mortar.
Oh yeah, 3 of my guys are out. Okay, so just go ahead and move each of those guys up. The first 3 infantry, all up 9.
Cool. Apologies that this is in Sicily, so the British are still in their desert uniforms, but that doesn't explain why they brought the sand with them. I'm working on some grass-based ones as we speak. So
can that mortar on that hill see anything on that hill that I'm going to be probably going on? Can he see them or not?
Sorry, can which mortar see which mortar?
Your mortar that's on the hill behind the house, can he see the objective?
Oh, the trees are in the way.
Okay, all right.
He might be able to see down here.
All right. I'm not worried about that.
I think he can.
Okay, so then let's move the.
So yeah, it can see your rifle team's over there, but it's not going to see over there because it's going through the woods.
All right, let's move that commander up there with his buds.
In line?
Yeah, just move it behind him.
Cool. I think I've miscounted somehow, Todd. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to get you another token because you've only got 3 left and you've still got 2 bases.
Oh yeah, so did you not put one of my commander tokens in there or something?
So you should have 1 more, shouldn't you?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Right, that scans.
Okay. Move the machine gun up 9.
So 9-inch move gets the machine gun to here.
Okay. What can he what generally can he see from there? Like, can he see on that to the? You can see. Can he see past that house, that White House on the right of the road, or kind of what's?
He can plaster that building. He can shoot the guys in the woodland here. He can shoot there.
Okay.
Okay. And then he's got a gap. He's actually got a line over there as well to that other unit. I don't know if the red line shows up very well on.
No, yeah, I'm not really seeing that. So,
okay.
So
from here, you can shoot there, you can shoot there, and you can shoot there. This building is covering a little bit of this area up.
Sure. Okay. Let's.
You still got your mortar to activate before you start dicing for anything, if you want.
Oh, that's interesting. So you know what? Let's put one on the mortar, and let's fire the mortar.
Oh, fire the mortar. Okay.
So what can that machine gun stand? I don't know. What's the closest one that machine gun stand can see?
That would be the infantry in the woodland here.
Okay. Well, let's fire that and figure out how to fire a mortar.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's see. The target's infantry. I might have to look this up because there's a little bit of different thing. Probably. Okay, so yeah, I need to look that up. So mortar, infantry. See if it's on this little QRS. They have a really cool QRS that a fan made that's really good. Okay, so I have to roll a D10, and I have to hit an 8+ to hit them on the first attempt. But subsequent attempts at the same target are cumulative -1 until hit. Once hit is made, subsequent hits are automatic. Target must move 4 inches to lose auto hits.
So once they've found the range, they know what it is.
Yep, so that's a 6. So I need a way to keep track of that.
I can put a D10.
Okay, so put 7 on there, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be the next time that mortar fires here, it'll need a 7.
And I feel like that comes off at the end of the turn, which is a bummer.
I'm not. Do you?
I don't. Well, let's. I'll try one more time to fire it. So, well, I got to roll to activate the mortar.
Right. So use this. So you need a 2-up, right?
Okay, I got a 6.
Cool.
Conveniently, he can't see my dice, everyone. And now I'm rolling. I need to, on a D8. I need to roll. I got a.
D10. I
got a 30% chance of getting this, and I got a 10. So I got it.
You got a hit.
So he hits him. So now let's look what that does. The firing rules are a little funny here, so you just kind of got to read this thing here. So, okay, I'm going to roll 1d10. If hit, roll 1d6. Okay, so I'd hit you. So you're going to take a morale marker on that guy.
Immediately.
Yep. Because I hit you. And then, well, let's make sure I'm doing that right. I think that hit means I hit you. Yeah, okay. So, and so now
you're rolling a D6 for an additional casualty, right?
Yep. And let's see. And I have to. So he's in cover, and I rolled a 2, so nothing happens. I have to hit him on a 5+. So you got 1 morale hit. So that's cool. And now let's try. I have 1 left, right?
Yeah.
The tank moves. So all tanks pretty much move the same speed, which is cool, unless there could be a special trait that maybe makes them fast or slow. But mine moves 10 inches, and his will move 8. So normal is 10. Let's move that tank. Turn to the right of that white building. So I want to do a normal move. Actually, you know what? How far is it to the? This will be my move, so I won't make it. So I'm going to move the tank up to that corner of the hedge where your guy is. How far is that? How far is that?
That's about 7 inches.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move there.
Okay. You need to activate, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I need to roll. Roll to 3, so he's good.
So you move to here.
Yep.
To machine gun me over the hedge.
Let's do that.
Ooh.
Fire. So it's going to be -2 though.
And why is it -2?
Because I moved.
You moved.
Oh, and you moved, so it's -3. So target is that. My vehicle has a gun value of 7, greater than 7. There's a weapon value of 10, as does yours. So it's going to be greater than 7+. So I'm going to roll 2d10. And I got a 2 and a 1, so it doesn't matter. Moot point.
What? Sorry, did you just fire HE at me from a tank that doesn't have any?
Well, that's a great point. So in this, oh boy. So this just says a vehicle with a gun. Yeah, it just, oh man, that's interesting. I don't think they take that into account, Kaiser.
Right.
It's just a gun value. It's a gun value of 7+, so he fires 2 at you, and you could probably, you know, so Kaiser rightly and a smart and sensible person does not. We're not doing house rules, which is great. But if one wanted to, you could add something to the Firefly saying, you know, whatever, that they can't fire on infantry or something. This is a very simple rule set, so you can add things. Let me just make sure there's not a special rule on it.
I looked in the orders of battle.
There's not.
Mm-hmm.
We are ahistorical. So that's all of our command tokens, right?
That's all of them spent, yeah.
Collect them all up. And that's turn 1.
Boom.
Like I said, this is a very small game of Iron Cross. They really talk about playing big games. And what they talk about is 1,000 points. So we're playing a third the size of what they might consider kind of a basic game. But we kind of wanted to get through stuff. So
yeah, definitely.
Turn 2.
Games are not necessarily better games.
I think you have the initiative from here on out, I believe. But let me make sure we're not rolling before every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Turn order. Turn ends and all commands to command to blah blah. Oh no, we re-roll every time. Okay.
Cool. Is it D6?
D6. 4.
Right. It's yours. And you pick again.
Yes, I may go again. Now you have this great opportunity to interrupt movement because you have not used all your tokens like you had that previous turn.
Mm.
So if you want to interrupt me when I declare an action, you can tell me, and then we can kind of work through how that works. Again, I'll probably have to kind of look at it slowly this first time to make sure I got it down. So I think so. I want to activate something.
Just as we're between the turns, we'll just catch up and say Shackles and Sprues has joined us, as is Hex to Hex and Hexes and Soldiers. Welcome, guys.
Yep, I was watching Hexes and Soldiers earlier, putting together some epic stuff. So I mentioned I'd be on here. So thanks for coming on, sir.
Sweet. 21 people watching, not bad for a couple of guys fooling around in a game that they barely know how to play.
Yeah, it's because we're such amazing people to watch, I'm sure. All right, so thanks all for coming out. Really. Okay, so let's be super cool with my tank there.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's landing on a wobble. I didn't realize that.
So let's. I think I'm gonna shoot and move.
You're gonna shoot and move.
Yep, and let's make sure I can do that. But I'm just curious. So I'll have to take that penalty for shooting because I will be moving, right? Even though I haven't yet. But you can interrupt me if you would like.
Can I assault that tank with my infantry?
So here's I think it's kind of a cool thing about it. Some people may get all worked up, but there is no specific assault rules. So You're going to just attack my tank. Now you have a weapon value of an infantry detachment has a weapon value of 3. So we're assuming they have sticky bombs or, grenades and whatever. Now, just so everyone knows, we could have equipped an infantry unit or all of them with Panzerfaust, Shreks, bazookas, whatever, and that would add some more penetration, some range to them. But we decided not to, just for simplicity's sake. But it is an option you can add to add some oomph to their attack. So yeah, so what you can do is you're gonna fire dice to hit me, and we'll kind of have to walk through that. So, but what I need to understand again is when you interrupt me, I think you're going to interrupt me before I do anything, I believe. This one I always have to kind of read through, even when I've been playing solo, because I feel like why am I having a reaction? Okay. So you're going to so I assume you want to react before I shoot you, right? I mean, or you could fall back.
I could react and fall back. I can't really get. Oh, yeah, but your tank can just move and chase after me, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's you might as well attack me. Let's just. So when a player has initiative, okay. So I'm activating that unit, so you have to put a token on my unit because I've said I'm doing something with them. Now, if you want to react, you're going to spend a command token, and you're going to take a. You have to pass a 3+.
Pass 3+.
Yep.
So yeah.
On a D6.
Oh,
boom! So you failed. Now, well, where's your commander in relation to him?
My commander in relation to him is
he 6 inches?
He is 7-8 inches away.
Oh, if he was 6, so if we were playing on a 6x4 table, well, here's the funny thing, Kaiser, that I found interesting as I was reading this. So a commander has a benefit as well. So he can re-roll that react roll or a morale check roll, or no, I'm sorry, an activation roll. If the commander is within, it says within 12 inches if you're using a 6x4 table, or 6 inches if you're, anyway. So I think we made it 6 because it's a small 4x4 table.
Yeah.
So he is not within that, so he cannot re-roll that. So that command token is wasted. It's on the guy, and he failed that. So I am not sad. I am going to roll 2 dice, my 2d10. And now I need so normally if I did, now I need a 7 to hit because I haven't, I'm moving.
Even though you are going to move. I'm
moving, so it's a -2 to my roll, so I need a 7 to hit. But you haven't moved, and I haven't, so there's no other penalties. Oh, it's close range, so it's actually +1, so I need a 6 to hit. And I rolled a 7 and a 1. So I got 1 morale impact on you. I'm going to roll a d6. Now, we talked about them being in cover. They are behind that tree, so they are getting cover, and I rolled a 4, so too bad. So sad. Okay, so that happened. And now move my guy.
So you got 1 hit, right?
I got 1 hit, so he's got 1 morale token on him.
Yeah. So, yeah, if it's not clear, guys, the way this system works is you take a hit, but then there's a subsequent dice which takes cover into effect to see whether you take a second hit.
Yeah, I think the most that anybody can ever inflict on somebody is 3, but that's a machine gun team firing, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so now move my tank, turn him to the right, and move him. His movement is 10, so move him as far as he can go 10 inches to the right of that house.
Well, you along here?
Yeah, I'm trying to go past that hedge and get up to the objective is what I'm trying to do there.
Oh, I see. And you want to be armor facing the enemy, right?
Yeah, so that puts me there. Okay. And put that command token with him. Okay. Let's activate him again and get him on that objective.
Okay.
Oh, failed. So I needed to roll a 2 or higher because he already had 1 on him. So he failed. Now, all that means right now is I can try to activate it again, or I need to do something with someone else. So I'll do something with someone else right now. Let's see here. I will. Let's move my infantry guy next to that hedge. That guy, just move him up 9 inches. If any of your guys can see him, you're certainly welcome to interrupt and shoot at him.
This is just a single cosmetic trait.
Okay.
All right.
And you okay, you heard me. You can, any of these things I'm doing, you can interrupt if you can see him. Okay. Are we assuming that 2-story building that they can only see from a 1-story building, or what's your thinking on that? Just curious.
So I was working on a true line of sight situation. So that building is higher.
Well, what I mean is, are the troops higher then?
The troops are on the second floor, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But that's not going to see over. There's still going to be dead ground behind most of these things.
Okay, cool. Let's I'm gonna try. Let me try activating that tank one more time. So
Yeah.
put a token on him, but I have to roll a 3 or higher because he's got 2 on him. Boom, 1. Okay, I'm passing it on to you.
You're passing to me, right?
And so let me just tell you what happens here. If Kaiser really didn't want to move, he really wanted to wait for me, he has to play at least 1 token before he can pass. So he could not just say, oh, I pass. He has to pay a token. Let me tell you something you can do. Since you have guys with morale tokens, you can do a company morale check. So it costs you 1 command token, but not on a specific unit. So you'd kind of just put it to the side when you spend it. If it's your first action, I cannot react to it. If it was like your second or third action, I could react to it and shoot someone else or do something or move or whatever. Shoot, I think. So you're going to roll a die and decide which die gets the benefit. What's going to happen is you'll roll a d6. If you roll a 1 or 2, nothing happens. If you roll a 3 or 5, 1 squad or vehicle can remove 1 morale token. If you roll a 6, 1 squad or vehicle can remove all morale tokens. So it's very powerful if you roll a 6. So if you want to do that, please.
Definitely.
All right. So put that. Yeah. All right. And what'd you get?
I got a 3.
All right. So you're going to choose 1 squad and take a morale token off of it.
Right. Okay.
Which is the red.
This token, so I need to leave that there.
Yeah. It's a little tricky to keep track of that, but yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to lose it off this guy here, the one who's facing Panzers. Firefly. Okay. So for my second action,
and you could pass if you wanted, just so you know. I mean, I don't think you want to, but
that am I right in believing that first action, that's the only way you can remove morale markers?
That is correct. I will check while you're thinking about what you want to do, but I think so. Yes.
So I'm going to activate the unit that failed to react. So I need 2 or more. I've got a 6. I'm going to move them to here. And I'm going to attack Firefly in the flank with my close range infantry anti-tank weapons. Stahlgranat, etc.
So you're going to roll. You're going to roll 1d10. And of course, you moved and I moved. So that's going to be -3. So now it's an 8 to hit.
Right.
But it's closer than 12. So it's back to a 7. And that's it. Oh, wait, hold on. I should have taken a penalty for shooting you, that -1, because you were within 12 and I had no one within 12. But that's okay.
Oh, that's that tanks alone thing.
Yep. All right. We'll remember that.
Well, I rolled a 1. I absolutely missed. Meanwhile,
confirm you rolled a d10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm really sad about that. Really
obviously,
sad.
Obviously. Johnny B and Refractable have joined us. Welcome, lads.
Hey, what's up, man?
So it's still me, right? Unless you're interrupting.
Unless I'm interrupting or you want to pass. Yep.
So I will activate the mortar on the hill. Is going to fire at one of these rifle bases.
Can he see them, or is someone else? I'm just curious.
No, he can see them.
Okay, so now you have to.
There's a bit through there that they can see this base.
I'll take your word for it. Johnny B's played you before. I don't know. Johnny B, let me know if I can trust him. I really wish Johnny B was there moving my material. I need some trust and verify there.
There's a laser line right there.
The reception's bad. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So now you need to roll a D8 and hit an 8+.
How's a 1?
That's beautiful. You missed.
Yeah.
Your next shot will be a 7. So if you want to mark it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. You kind of need to mark where you fired, I mean, it's easy to remember for our game, but if you had a big game, you'd kind of need to have, I think, a marker that shows, A and A or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. It's me again, though, right? I keep going until I don't want to. Right. So the mortar is going to try and fire at the tank. Let's see if we can get some suppression on it.
Okay. So you're changing.
This, no, the other mortar. This mortar.
Oh, I forgot you had 2. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So is your infantry unit spotting for them because you can't really see them, right? I mean, because they're beyond
this unit can, right?
Yep, that's right. Okay.
So I can draw a bead.
8+.
What about 7?
How about no?
What if I roll again?
You just need
that mortar again.
You just need to activate them again.
So that's activated. That's another token. And now I need to hit 7, right?
You need to roll to activate them. Now that you've activated them once, you need to roll
a 6 for the activate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you roll a 6?
Yeah, and then I rolled a 4 for the shooting. So that's a miss again. Boo!
I mean, 8. I mean, that's 20% chance. So now you got a 30%.
I'm down to 6 now, though, right? So I'm going to activate him again. So I need 4 or more to activate, right?
How many?
And I failed. He's got 3 tokens.
Well, no. So you have to be careful with that. It would need a 3 or higher because you'd activate it twice. Don't count it until you don't count the token you're getting ready to put on him. You just count the 2 he's had on him. So but you're good. What'd you roll?
I still failed.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, keep going, bro.
It doesn't pass to you whenever I fail to activate.
Nope. The only way that I can sheesh initiative is if I react to what you're doing, and I get a 6 on my roll.
Right.
Now I should say real quick that in this game they did not specify that I need to my unit reacting does not need to see. It's just basically me reacting as commander. I just want to let you know in 7 Days to the Rhine they changed it to you have to see that unit you're reacting to, which kind of makes sense, but I also don't mind it either way. So it's kind of cool.
Right.
So anybody can react anywhere over the table. So it's kind of it's just trying to seize the initiative from the high level command value. So
okay, so this unit here,
the one with the morale token.
Yeah.
Let me check something real quick. Yep. Okay, you're good. So he can automatically activate.
So infantry move 6, right?
6 and fire, 9 no fire.
And I have to move at least 4 inches to get away from the artillery. So they're occupying this building.
Could I have seen him with my machine gun as you moved across the road?
100%.
All right, I'm rolling to see if I can. I think I have to say I'm going to react to that. I'm not quite clear on the reaction thing, but here we are. I'm reacting. I rolled a 1 again, so it doesn't matter. So put a token on my machine gun, and you successfully get into the building.
They do have proprietary tokens for this, and I do have them. Just though that the poker chips are visual.
You can definitely see them. Now your guys can fire on my guys because you only move 6 inches.
So now I can take a shot at these bros.
Those bros out in the open. You will roll 2d10.
I will roll 2d10. Now I had a morale. I've got a morale marker.
So that does impact you. So you moved. So that's -2. I moved. That's -3. Per morale marker -1. So now it's a -4. So you have to roll a 9 or better.
On 2 dice.
That is correct because you're within 12 inches.
No, not even combined.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to activate that unit again.
Now remember it's going to take a roll of 3 or higher because you have 1 token on there already and a morale token. So it's going to be a 3 or higher.
Yes.
Got it?
But I'm no longer moving.
Nope. But I have, so it's only a -1 and a -1 for your token. So now you got to hit a 7+.
And I'm at point blank, which is actually a 6, right?
That is correct. That should have been on that other one too.
Yeah, but I was so far off. So 6 is. How about 2 hits?
Boom. All right, so let's look here though. Only 1 morale marker can be inflicted, but the advantage here is that you get to roll 2d6 to add a potential possible future hit. So that'll be that's going to be an open, so 4+.
1.
So 1 more. Add another morale marker on there. So that's great. So everybody, each one has a number of morale they can take. So all of our infantry can take 5 hits. Once they go to 6, they're done. The tanks can take 5. His tank can take 6. It's a Tiger. And all of our support mortar machine guns take 3 hits. Okay.
I'm going to activate that unit again.
You're going to take this guy out. So now you have to roll a 4 or higher to activate.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to... I want to interrupt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be really hard. I have to roll a 6. 5. So put a token on him. Put a token on my guy, an activation token, and anyway, fire away. That was probably a waste. That's probably dumb to do that.
Oh, boo! A 2 and a 4.
Oh, well, that 4 would hit because well, no. It's a plus. You got a +1, -1, right? So it's nope, doesn't hit. Our boys are looking bad over there. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna fire the mortar again.
So roll to activate the mortar. So a 2.
2 up. Yeah, and a 7 up to hit. Oh, it's a 1.
So make sure you put a token on your mortar so we remember that.
I'm just gonna move to the other side of the table.
Yeah, this is you're getting your exercise, getting your steps.
Yeah, definitely get my steps in, man. Don't stop moving. Everybody's grooving. That's steps, right? So I think final action. Oh, I've got 2 left. I've got 2 left. I'm going to activate this unit again to try and attack the tank. Looking for a 2.
So you have to roll 2 or higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's D10. I'm shooting you at point blank in the flank, but you moved. So is that?
You're rolling 1d10. 1d. Yeah. So it's just a -1, right?
-1 for you moved, but +1 for the range. So 5 to hit, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So that's a hit.
Okay. Put a morale marker on him. Now you're going to roll a d10 for penetration. You got a weapon of 3. So let's roll. Let's see what you get.
Got a 7.
So that's 10. So that equals it. So let's see. I think that's all you have to do. So blah, blah, blah. Let's make sure here. Say that. The armor penetration is a weapon value +10 versus the armor. And we're going to go with that's a hit. So roll a, I don't know who rolls this, you or me. You roll a d6, see what happens. It's my
3.
And let's just make sure there's some of these guys have a thing that you can, there's some penalty for rolling on this roll. If you rolled a 3, so it's screech vehicle damage, add morale tokens up to the max for a unit. If this adds less than 3 tokens, then the vehicle is destroyed instead. If this adds less than 3 tokens. So I don't have any tokens on there.
Just the 1 for being hit, right?
Yeah, so you're gonna add 4 more up to my max for a unit.
Oh wow.
I'm just a little curious on this real quick. I think it's mortars. Okay, mortars are what does that. Okay. So if a mortar hits a tank, you -3 off that roll. So you can never like blow it up. You can only do that screech. I'm a little surprised that one doesn't count to that, but okay. All right, cool. All right. That's really good.
And this was possible because you've let me hit you in the side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, doggone it. God, I'm sorry. I have an armor on the side of 11, so you did not hit it because you rolled a 7 + 3, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of my weapon value, so you did nothing to me. Except
the 1 for the hit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That makes
exciting for a moment, Todd.
That makes more sense. I was thinking that seems weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. Okay. And what do you have left? 1 command token?
Yeah. So I'm going to activate that same unit again. It's activated twice, so I need
3 or higher. 3 or higher. Oh, it's always higher than the tokens you have.
Right. So I rolled a 3. So,
right, so put another command token on him, and
my last one. Yeah. I need a 5 to hit.
Do it. So you can, the worst you can do is put morale tokens on me. You're not going to be able to do anything else beyond that.
So I hit.
So morale token.
And
And
enough on you, you're destroyed, right?
yeah, you have to get 6 on me. Let me think if it's even worth why you don't even need to roll this dice, I don't think, because you can never, you're a 3 and I'm an 11. So
I've been cheating. I'm taking dice. I'm taking the tokens from
what'd you do?
my reserves.
Oh no.
It's the fact that there's a token here is confusing me.
Yeah. I always think like if I were to play like in a convention game, I'd like make a little thing that you could say, little piece of paper or something that said command to, you know, to kind of differentiate what all the tokens are for.
Yeah. It's, you know, because I spent that 1 point that I had to put somewhere, but not on a unit. It meant I had more than 1 part. Right. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. It's
so that shot,
and you've got 3 of them.
So that shot didn't happen then, probably.
No. No.
So 1 command token up. Okay. Whew. Thank goodness. All right. So I got 3 left. Let's all right, I'm going to do a company morale test.
Did you not say that had to be your very first action of the turn?
No, what this means is if you had tokens left, you could interrupt this action.
Right.
So I'm going to take but you can't at this moment. So, but you really want to, if you can't do it, you're first, then you can't react, right? But I don't need to worry about it right now. I rolled a 5, so I can choose 1 to remove 1 morale token. I will take it off.
Would you 1 on the tank?
Ay caramba. Let's take it off the tank.
Yeah.
All right. So that
spent that token.
Yep. So put it up against the wall. Sure. Okay. Let's fire the
2 left.
Let's fire the mortar again with the infantry spotting. I mean, I don't know if I want to do this. So that thing does reset at the end of the turn, right?
I don't think so. Does it?
I don't know. Let's just look at the mortar thing real quick here. I kind of hope
you can move to reset it anyway. Why should it reset?
Okay, well, good. We'll go with that. Let's fire on. So I have 2 left. Let's fire it. Has the mortar fired this turn?
The mortar has not fired.
Well, that seems silly. So let's fire at the command unit that I think that machine gun stand can see, or someone can see that command stand, right? In that white building. Yeah.
The command stand's not in the white building. The command stand is here, but the machine gun can see it. Yes.
Oh, is he not? Oh, okay, so he's on the away from the camera of the building in the hedge or something.
Here is my command stand.
Okay, good. Okay, but you're saying the machine gun can see him.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good line of sight there. All right, let's try to fire the mortar. So activate him. I rolled a 10.
You rolled 10, so you hit, right?
Yep. So he's automatically hit, and he'll automatically get hit if I fire him again. So that's interesting. I wonder. So that's interesting. So if I activate that guy again, that means he automatically will take a morale token? Or I still have to roll? No, it says subsequent hits are automatic.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to roll my dice to see if I inflict another. So mortar rolls what? 6, so he takes another morale token. And
1 shot left.
1 shot left. How many tokens does that tank have on him over there? 3?
3.
And no morale tokens? Oh, yeah, because I took it off. Machine gun team. I'm just seeing what I got here. So I'm going to roll that. Let's fire. If that machine gun can see your command stand, let's fire him.
Okay. Why don't you fire the mortar? It's automatically hit.
Yeah, that's a good point. So fire the mortar. So token, and now I get to roll a die. And I rolled a 5, so that's 2 morale tokens.
Ow.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Thunk, 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 thunk.
Okay, I gotta. That's for one reason. I don't know, man. That seems pretty powerful. Okay, so that's all the command tokens, right?
That's all the command token. Is there any kind of end around step other than the cleanup?
Yep. Let me look here. Make sure I'm not missing something. Nope. Just clean them up and take a drink and check
Clean
the.
them up and
Oh,
take a drink.
it says right here at the end of the turn, check comments.
And it said check comments. So who we got? We got in the comments. Are they all? Are they all rooting for you, Todd?
That's why I didn't show up tonight, for the benefit of Kaiser's health.
Mm.
Poker Chip Wars. Good evening, gentlemen. It's Gamers with Coffee's on with us. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, howdy, is that Greg?
Yep, probably. Yep. I want to look at the mortar real quick. So let's see. We're at turn 3. Oh, so now, so we've been playing for 55 minutes now. We're 2 turns in. I do want to look up the mortar real quick just to see if it says anything. Okay, so for the first shot, let's see, blah, blah, blah. For first shot, mortars require an A+ to hit. Further attempts in the same turn confer a cumulative 1 bonus, blah, blah, blah. This is defined as any model of the target.
You said of the same turn. So you're right. You're not ranged in between turns.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bummer, but it makes sense. Otherwise, that's very powerful. So
I think it's an easy workaround. You just have to move.
Yeah.
So refractable, Johnny B. So I didn't show up, as you say, and Greg, Gamers with Coffee. Hello, Greg. So we're gonna do one more turn then, Todd.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, if you're good with it. Yep. Now, yeah, this is good because I think this is the turn our reserves come in, so we can talk about how that works. So let's just make sure I read that. So they may be activated from turn 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if you get the command tokens. You'll take the command token when. So we have to declare, I think, at the beginning of the turn who we want to bring in. Reserves. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. At the start of the turn, before any tokens are drawn, a player declares which reserves are entering the battlefield. He rolls a number of d6 for each unit, and one of the reserve units is available. The owning player takes 1 token for each available unit. Okay, so I'm going to put all my guys in just because we're in the probably going to end here, right? So, I don't know if you know what, we should probably roll for initiative and kind of determine that way, so we can kind of. So I got a 1. I got a 1.
So I declare how many units I want to bring in, do I?
So here's why I think we should roll for initiative first, because we're going to declare it, and it feels like we should kind of declare by initiative or something, because otherwise it's like, I want you to go first. No, you go first, because I don't. It doesn't say. We just declare who we're going to bring in.
Okay.
So I don't know. It seems like we should roll for initiative for that.
We can do in future. You've already rolled, right? So
yeah.
I'm going to bring my guys in, especially the Tiger. So
okay. So now roll a die, and on a 3+, you're able to do that.
1. Boo!
Oh, boo! As you guys say, which I appreciate. Okay, so you're fine. He just can't come in this turn. You're not like losing that unit or anything. What happens though is if he, we don't worry about it. You want to bring anybody else in?
Oh, do you roll for each unit?
Yep.
Right.
Well, if you want to bring them in, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because we're going to probably end this turn, right?
3 infantry, got 1, 5, and 6.
All right, so 2 of them are going to come in. So take 2 command tokens and add them to your pile.
Yeah, I see. That made it worthwhile.
So now I will do basically the same thing. So for my tank, I got so that failed. Fail. Got it, and fail. So I'm going to get to bring in 1 of my infantry units. And that's it.
Bringing in 1.
That sucks.
I'm bringing in 2. Alrighty. So now we're going to roll for initiative, right?
Yeah. 4.
3.
Okay. I'll activate. I'll do a company morale check.
Yeah.
So take a token. I'd say put it at the end of the table edge or something.
Yeah.
Put it against the table edge. Just
okay.
I rolled. Ooh, it almost said 6, 5. So, yeah, that's a bummer.
We got 1 damage unit here.
Yeah, just take 1 off of there. All right. Let's activate the tank, and now you can interrupt if you want.
Yeah, I'll interrupt.
Okay.
But I can only interrupt with units that can see your tank, right?
No, remember it doesn't specify in here.
Okay,
so,
I'm going to interrupt over here.
All right.
2, so no.
So it doesn't matter. Okay, I was going to look up active. And who did you activate? That guy there? Yeah, it makes sense. All right. So move the tank up as close to the objective as you can. Normal move.
Yeah. Which way do you want to face?
And let's fire on that mortar unit.
Which way do you want to face?
So well, yeah, mortar's gonna. I don't know. Does a mortar help? I don't know if a mortar impacts the. I think it just hits the top. So probably face it towards the. I don't know if that's the case, but let's face it towards those other infantry or something. I'm not going to worry about
these.
Yeah, but I think.
Okay.
I think. Well, I want to shoot your mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to shoot your mortar.
You're going to shoot my mortar.
So 2d10. It's I moved, so it's -2. Let's see what I roll. 6 and a 5, so I missed them both. So
you're close range.
Correct. So that 6 would hit.
So that's a hit, and then you roll for the second hit.
Yep, got it. 4. So 2.
That's second hit.
That's 2 on him.
Yeah.
And let's activate him again. Do you want to interrupt?
Do I want to interrupt? Oh yeah. So this is his second activation. No, just get on with it.
I rolled a 3, so he's able to activate. 2 and a 9, so the 9 hits.
And then 4 up on the D6, right?
It would be 4 up, yeah. It's yeah. So he got another hit. I got to roll a 5, so that's 4 on him. So the mortar's gone.
Has the mortar only got 4 hits?
Yep, he's got 3 hits actually.
Well, screw you.
Screw you and the.
Ow.
So
let's kill.
So that's a break point gone, but it's only 4 off of your total. So you need 30 more to break. I need 30 more to break you.
Right. Do I lose the command point?
So
do I lose that model's command point?
What do you mean?
Is activation token?
That's a great question. I think you probably do.
Or is that done each round or something? Count up how many you have.
Let's see what happens. Great question. Blah, blah, blah. Arc fire, morale. Okay, so. Oh, boy. All right. Oh, man. I don't like it taking this long. Let me do something and I'll. It might be under command tokens. And I think I know where to look. Yeah, you do it at the turn. So you're going to, at the next to turn 4, you would take. So that's cool. All right. Sorry, everybody. Let's activate my machine gun. Yep. And again, you can interrupt if you want.
No, go on. Hit me with it, Daddy-o.
Fire on that command team.
Oh, I'll interrupt, yeah.
Okay.
That's a cock dice. That's another cock dice. 3.
How many penalties do you have on there? How many morale tokens?
4.
So you have to. You can't even react. Well, I think you can react if you roll a 6 because he has 3. It takes a 3 to get it. So you add those 3 to the 3 it takes. That's 6. So you technically have to roll
7.
Yeah, but
Right.
but a 6 would probably steal that anyway. We'd have to read that to verify that, but you didn't roll it. So I'm going to fire with my machine gun on the command unit. No one's moved, so I think it's just a 5.
So it's long range, right?
Yeah, but I still rolled 2d10, and I rolled 2 3s, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. It's 28. I'm just wondering what the range is of a machine gun.
The ranges for all the weapons are the whole table, which is one thing I like about this game.
Oh, right. Because it's
The only
small scale action.
Except for the Piats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So make sure you put an activation on that machine gun.
Yes.
So there's no close combat in here, and I'm going to be, if my infantry unit fires on your guy in your building, you're going to get that 5+ cover. I wonder if I can go in the building with you. What do you think about that? There's no rules for it, so it's kind of up to us.
Is there not a you can't move within an inch of an enemy model?
Nope. There's no rules like that.
Really?
So because you can get into close combat. I don't know. So it's up to us what we think. What's up, James Workshop? What do you think?
I really don't like that idea.
Right. Okay.
I don't think that's the sort of thing that people do.
Okay. I'm sorry I'm taking so long here, everybody. Okay.
So what we're trying to say is in this game there is no assault roll, so there is no way that this unit would, like in other systems, you would make an assault roll to enter this building, which I'm occupying, right?
Yep.
Yeah. They don't have them. So,
nope.
Right. But it's saying that it's close range shooting is effectively simulating that, and you're saying you want to avoid the cover penalty. So we're saying this building could 2 units occupy it? Presumably they could. So I guess you can.
Well, okay, or you can say maybe a bigger building, right, or something like that, 2-story building. Like, yeah, there's no problem. But if you want to, that's fine.
Well, we didn't declare occupancy limits.
Yeah.
But if that's a building and this is, I guess so. I guess so.
Okay. Well, so here's the cool thing that's going to happen here, though. So I'm going to move into that building and fight you, but you can interrupt me.
Yeah.
And so remember, it's going to take a 4+ to get me because you have that morale token on there.
And I rolled a 2. So there you go.
There you go. So I move into the building, and now I fire.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll 2. 1. Well, I guess I get a 9 and a 4, so I get 2 hits, but that only inflicts 1 morale marker. And so I'm going to roll that, and I rolled a 4, so I hit you for another one.
Okay.
So I got 2 on you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about that. I'm like, I don't know if that's. Let's activate him. So, man, to activate him again, I'm going to need to roll a 3+, right? So I'm going to activate him again. The guy in the building. Mm-hmm. 1, I failed. So just add that command token to him. Activate that machine gun again. I got a 2, so I got it. You know where he's firing.
I do.
Just a 3 and a 6, so the 6 hits.
That takes me to 5.
And I rolled a 6 on the thing, so he takes 2 morale tokens.
That takes me to 6.
So you're dead. You're dead.
Yep. Alrighty.
And I pass it to you.
Ooh. Right.
How many command tokens do I have left? Does it look like 2 there?
You have got 3.
Okay.
And I've got loads.
Have fun.
Right. I haven't had a turn yet, have I? So I can do my... Can I still do my company morale thing when I don't have a commander?
Oh, wow. I think so, because I think that's a little different abstraction there.
Okay. So I roll D6.
So do it.
I get a 2, so no. So that's a command point spent there. I then activate this unit, but it's the second time, and it's got loads of morale markers, which is going to affect its shooting, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be -3.
Okay, I'm going to activate this unit up here. I've been chasing this tank around. Calm down. Fine. We've activated. So we're going to shimmy up there to get within. It's 8 inches, isn't it, for infantry anti-tank weapons?
Well, we're not using anti-tank. You just can fire, and you got 3. We didn't put those with the guys, remember? So you can fire that. You have that 3 value no matter how far you fire from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But this is against your front armor, but I can still put one of your many morale markers on you, right?
Yes.
So roll a d10. 10.
You got it.
So we've got pinged you up. Ping, 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 ping.
I'm like, oh my gosh, chin cover. Ah.
I think I'll activate that unit again.
Did you put a command token on him?
Yeah. So for the 3rd time, no, because I rolled a 3.
It's always such a bummer when you do that. So I was like, dang it.
Is it? Hang on. Is it a 3 if I'm going for my 3rd activation? It is, isn't it?
How many tokens were on him before you threw that one
2.
down? Yeah, it was a 3 or higher.
Okay, so we shoot again, and it's
and how many tokens do you have right now?
3.
Oh, I'm sorry, you passed, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. You got.
So I'm shooting now. At this point, I'm not moving, and I'm close range. So
but I did move this turn.
Right.
So it's a -1.
5, which is a miss. Okay. Well, this is awful.
I know. It's like, what do you do with that? I mean, you can leave the building, get away from me, but. Well, hold on. But this is good to know. Hold on. There's a fallback move. It costs you 1 command token on the specific unit. It activates as a normal unit, and reactions are possible, but you're going to ignore your morale tokens for your activation test. Previous actions do count. So, and what this means is you must end your move further away from all enemy who are within 12 at the start. So basically, my 1 guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm sorry. Must end your move or at the start of the move, or not allowed. Okay. Roll d6 on a 4+. Remove 1 morale token. Oh, that sounds good as I thought.
Oh, right, good. Yeah, cool. I'm going to do that.
Okay, so, and I guess so if I want to react, I'm going to have to roll a 6, basically, right?
Because you need a 3 up to react, and you've got 3 tokens.
Yeah, but I think a 6 always passes.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I need a 4 up. No, I fall back anyway if I get the activation score.
Yeah, so you only need to roll a 2 up.
So I do fall back, and it's more than 4 up, so I get a what's it as well.
I think it's going to be a separate die roll.
No. So how far do I fall back?
Normal, rapid move. So that's 9 inches for you.
Right. So I'm going to fall back because I'm actually here, right? I just moved them there for what's it reasons. So they're there with all of these tokens dinged up to heck, and you're actually here in this building. All right.
How many do you have? 4 left, and I've got 3. Okay.
So this unit here will take a shot across the guys in the building. I'm stationary. You have moved. It is within 12, so that's 5s, right?
Yep.
And do infantry get 2 dice?
You're within 12. Yep.
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 1 hit.
Okay, so 1 token.
And then 5 up for an extra 1 because you're in cover, right?
Yep.
No. So
he's got 2 and 2. Okay.
That was them. I will then go around the other side of the table to activate those units who are going to try and chase down this firefly. So first one moves 6 and takes a shot. I moved and you moved, but it's close range, so 7, yeah?
Yep.
Nope. Then the other unit is going to do the same. I moved, you moved, it's close range, so 7. Yes.
Another token.
And then last, but by no means least, the very last token. Ugh.
Yeah, so James, it does abstract heavily.
So these are a combination of suppression, shock, and damage, though, right?
Yep. Yep. So what? Do you have 1 left?
I have 1 left. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very abstracted. It's why some people had a little bit of a problem with it. I think why you don't see it a lot because there's kind of like Kaiser was saying, like that Firefly can fire an infantry. Yeah, maybe it has machine guns, but it just fires it all, just abstracts it, And so it can fire the same impact as a gun that does have HE. So I don't know. Again, you can put special rules. On 7 Days to the River Rhine, another guy worked with Great Escape Games to kind of add his stuff for modern, 1985, and he did some things to clarify and add little bit things. It seems a little cleaner, so I did. So I don't know. I guess we can do a little eval afterwards.
Yeah. I think we'll make this one the last turn. All right, so that unit is going to try and activate again. Try and do that. So activates. Yes. Needs a 6, did we say? Not a 3 anyway. So that's my actions over. You've got 3 left, Todd.
Okay. Let's see, I got 3 left. Can anybody in that build? Can I see that guy that's got a ton of tokens on him by anybody?
This one.
But he's got all that on him.
Yeah, because he's now gone behind the forested area and we said you can see into and you can see out of, but you can't see through forest.
Yep.
So it's this unit.
Okay.
Actually, so can your tank, but it's also pretty dinged up.
Yeah. Okay. So let's give a command to one of those infantry stands that haven't done much over there by the hill.
Yeah.
And move them up towards the objective.
This is these.
So
one of these guys.
Whoever's closest, I guess it could even be don't move the commander up there. Move the closest. Oh, nice shirt, nice pattern.
So do you want me to move him along the rim so you're not covering your machine gun's arc of fire, right?
No, move him up on the hill, 9 inches up the hill.
Oh yeah. Comfortably out of the way there. All right.
And then I activate him again and move him on the objective.
All right.
And can he see anybody to fire since I only move a few inches?
No, because again, the forest problem, I think.
Okay.
Well, those guys all the way down there. Yeah. So you want to move him here, right?
Yep. And put his second command token on him.
Yeah.
And
so see one of those infantry bases all the way back there.
Yep. And so he's going to fire 1d10. Because he's further than that. So that's how they abstract distance, is you just get to roll fewer of that. I got all the 10, so he hits him. But I rolled a 2, so nothing happened. So just 1 morale token on whatever unit you want to put it on.
And you got 1 left.
And so the tank's got 4 tokens on them total.
Yes.
The man, Oh, let's fire the mortar on that guy in the building for one last hurrah.
Okay. Well, your tank can see the guy who's only got one, who's got all these tokens. So you could fire the mortar at him because it's indirect, can't you?
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yes.
You activate your mortar. So it's an 8 to hit, right?
5+. Miss. That's it. The turn is over.
Boom.
All right.
Ooh. Well.
So that was 3 turns in an hour and 15 minutes, give or take. A little under an hour, a little under that. So that, yeah, I'd say we stopped because you wanted to go about an hour. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'll flip the monitor around and we'll have a bit of a post-game chat.
A little post-game chitty chat.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I'm interested now. Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Whoa. Hey, seriously. 20 people watching us. That's awesome. Thank you all. Kiwi Gamer. Okay, yeah, true, but reaction. Chucky deleted one of his messages. Oh, Kiwi. Hey, this is so Kiwi Gamer's been playing this since last year, so that's cool. So Kiwi, I'd be interested in your thoughts, what you like about it and what you don't like, because that's more play than I probably have. So let us know. Give us some thoughts on this while we're chitty chatting. Look at that. Look at that. He's the face of relaxation. Can take a little.
Can you see the sweat? It's not just a physical activity. I can't turn the air conditioner on and
I thought you were just glistening with joy from playing.
What, in that game? You crushed me.
I channeled my inner McMurray.
Your inner McMurray. All right, let's go back to having regular sized heads.
All right.
Ian Jackson, hello there.
Hey, what's up, Ian?
Good to hear from you.
Well, yeah, maybe you should check the comments real quick because you might see somebody or see something I didn't see. I don't know.
Well, Ian's actually a dear old friend of mine, and I know he's in hospital at the moment. He's had quite a serious incident, so I'm really pleased to see that you're in here, mate.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Hoping for a speedy recovery. XXRAF. He's a good fella.
Sending positive mojo your way, man.
Absolutely. So James said, nice to know the way to use 15 mil. Thoroughly lost though. Yeah. So this game, super high levels of abstraction, right? Anything can shoot at anything, and it causes a hit if it hits. But because those hits are indicative of morale, shock, whatever, that's still meaningful. That's still because you actually need to score a lot of hits before you remove something. There's definitely oddities. I would like to have seen certain tanks just don't. The tanks shouldn't really be firing their main guns at infantry. They should be on a machine gun stat line.
Yeah, so it should be like a machine gun team or something. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, again, it would not be hard to say it's a machine gun. But honestly, though, you wouldn't want it to fire it like a machine gun team because those things are pretty powerful too, right? So you might want to, I don't know, like vehicle machine gun or something.
But they have lots of machine guns on tanks. They don't have that because firing the main gun is the right option for firing at infantry.
No, right. Yeah, I'm with you.
What are the machine guns for then?
Keep those pesky boys away.
Yeah, it's like, you want to fight infantry, you want a machine gun for that. Yeah, so I would like to have seen that, but particularly with things like Firefly, which are just they don't have an HE shell. You know, and a lot of early war British tanks, like the 2-pounder, they did make an HE 2-pound shell for the 2-pounder, but it's such a small bursting charge that they didn't issue it. It was like this doesn't do anything.
So here's something real quick. So I looked up just in so a cool thing about it, there's only like late war, your typical late war stats in the book itself. It's a very thin book. I mean, there's not much to it. But on their site, you can download early war France, so in Belgium, Netherlands, France, all that stuff to do those battles. You can also do Stalingrad era. You can also do really late war. They add, of course, SS. They add airborne for British, airborne for Americans. So kind of elite troops. But then so that's what I'm going to look at here. So I just was looking at some other tanks. What's interesting is on the KV2, for example, they have howitzer is one of the notes on there. And if you look on howitzer, they can do something a little bit more.
Howitzer for indirect fire usually.
Oh, correct. Yep, correct. So,
but they do direct fire them. What tanks with smooth bore guns that are for firing HE, it is a howitzer. It's just a very short barreled one.
Yeah, so basically they roll to hit as normal, but inflict an additional morale marker against infantry units on a 3+ instead of a 4+. Against vehicles, add 1 to the damage roll if the howitzer penetrates the target's armor.
Right.
They always count as heavy, and they ignore any cover against targets in any sort of building. So that you're still going to roll like that 3 on infantry and buildings. So that's a way to simulate that they have a howitzer gun on there, and so it's a little different than the tank. But I'm with you on that. Okay.
So far, feeling like it's simply because it skips a bunch of things that you expect to exist and abstracts it all rather heavily. Absolutely. I mean, it's looking for rules that are not there is a problem with this game. And it probably doesn't suit itself very well to tournaments and so forth. Because we did have that. There's things that we should have defined before the game, like occupancy limits for the buildings, which would have addressed that close combat problem.
How did that feel to you doing that? The way we did it.
So the idea that there's a group of guys outside a building and are being shot at in the open, and they stand up, charge into the building and kill them all, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel like that should happen. However, group of guys in that position dump a load of smoke grenades, run around the back of the house, break into a building that isn't fully occupied, and attack from the rear. That works. There's no reason to say that which one of those was right. Well, that depends on the outcome of the combat, right?
Yeah,
because games on this level of abstraction, they don't have the, well, I've got the movement to attack through the back door and you don't fill the house, so I can come in.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it's that abstraction thing. I mean, there are certainly games that have all the details that you want, right?
Yeah.
But again, they're even abstracting. So I guess it's your comfortability with level of abstraction. I see this game almost like almost like a first level, except for their firing things, which is really weird. But I think it's almost like a first level, like almost like an entry level game for someone. Like I imagine kids playing with their Airfix figures, and they just need some rules to kind of guide them. Well, this is perfect.
I think it's better than that, because I think that okay, so the number of poker chips on the table tells you that there's a lot more to this game, and I'm not terribly unhappy with the firing mechanics. Okay. Because I think, well, for example, like the bolt action has pins and it has damage, and this is effectively doing the same thing. The difference in bolt action is you can't put pins if you don't have the capacity to penetrate, but it's not worrying about the fact that it's somewhere in that squad of infantry there is an anti-tank rifle and so forth. I think in bolt action you get the same thing. The difference is the units are destroyed with 5 or 6 pins, or 3 in some cases, rather than bolt action is ridiculous. From pinning alone, you have to exceed its morale value, and the basic is 9.
Yeah.
So So worrying about gun caliber, it only matters when you're firing anti-tank weapons at tanks. Everybody else is just going to do the 1 point, the damage, and tanks have got a lot of morale markers.
Yep.
So I actually don't mind. Solvent abuse use cases light up the stogie. Oh right, you're talking about me smoking it's a miniature cigar, sir, full of health warnings and everything. Yeah. Kiwi Gamer, easy to learn and teach, great for evenings game. Few abstracts, but good game. Narrative gives the World War II feel. Purchased 7 Days to the River Run also. The activation system is amazing. I think it's great.
Think about that. We had the units we had. We're doing a third of what they say is kind of like almost a minimum of 1,000. 1,000, we'd have like 30 some tokens. That seems like a turn would take forever.
Yeah.
One of the challenges to me with games with activations like this is that I feel like it always takes a little longer to play than not, because I don't know why that is, but it shouldn't, because for you're absolutely right, but the reason it's good, the reason it's player agency, is because you have to make choices. Yeah, there's an economy there.
Yeah. How am I going to spend this token is really, really important. And I like games that encourage you to push it. So this is where the engine of the battle is, you know. And then as we saw, turn 3 now, the battle's a bit more mature. Some of these units you can't push them. You know, they've already got a load of tokens on them, so you can't push this unit. It's not up for it. You can't do it.
Well, and think about this: that turn 4, you lost 4 tokens because that command unit's gone. So you now lost her down 4 command tokens, but you did get a couple more because you got those other units on.
Yeah. But even just in regular use, you know, your first 4 or 5 tokens are so much more useful than the other ones, because at that point you're pushing it with the units that you want to do something with.
Yeah.
In 15 mil, 4 foot deep, it felt the ranges were too long to be infinite.
That's interesting. McMurray and I are kind of believers in like this. We're fine having infinite range. You just got to have a lot of cover. It's almost the crossfire concept, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I understand that, but it's particularly when you talk about infantry firing at tanks. If infantry can fire at tanks from anywhere on the board,
yeah,
what are they doing that with? Rifles and machine guns?
And you're basically pinning them because they're scared because of the pinging off the tank. Yeah, that's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. So, yeah, okay.
I mean, so what I wasn't used to the idea of you pushing a tank right up in front of my infantry, because in most other systems it's like you do that and you're going to get sticky bombed to death.
Well, right, and I'm not sure that I think we even kept forgetting to do that penalty for being next to your infantry when I was shooting you with that.
Yeah, so there is something in there about that.
Yeah, in fact, I know we did. I kept forgetting that. So your mortar may not be gone. Some other stuff. Anyway.
But if we played this with 28 mil miniatures on movement trays, I think the infinite range would suddenly feel like, yeah, okay, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that's interesting about the tanks. Yeah, it does feel kind of weird in that case. But normally when I play with hedges and stuff, I say they block line of sight because it just adds more. It's harder, you got to maneuver around. And so, but we were saying everybody that we could see over the hedges and shoot.
But I don't know if America is like Europe. Europe's roads are lined with hedges. They're everywhere.
Yeah, so it's really hard to see everything, right?
It's really hard to see anything.
Right. Yeah, that's not really a thing here so much in some parts of the country. It depends where you are.
Yeah, but European roads are lined with privet.
McMurray, you did miss the gameplay.
So is scale irrelevant? It's completely agnostic in that regard, James. So far as I can see, the book, it feels like the book was written with 15 mil miniatures in mind, but their range of miniatures is 28, and there's nothing that there's very little measuring involved anyway. But obviously, the footprint of this would be more like that if it was on 15 mil. If it was on 28 mil, you'd use 5 or 6 figures to represent that same group or section. And obviously, vehicles, everything gets bigger. But that to me would feel like the infinite range problem had gone away.
So the authors tend to play with 28 and 15. Playing with smaller scales allows for bigger battles in smaller spaces. If using 15, there are a couple suggested amendments to ranges, but these are clearly noted where required.
And Murray says, "Dang," to missing the gameplay.
Sorry, but McMurray, I channeled your inner, whatever, and took out a couple of his units. So be proud. Yeah. You can always go back and watch. Give this channel a lot of views. Go watch that video many times. Really evaluate it. Break it down.
But definitely, there are very few modifiers. It's got a lot of the things that I like about bolt action about it. Is like once you have the core mechanics in your head, infantry move 6, 9 if they're not going to shoot. Vehicles move 12. Was it? You need a 5 to hit, and there's like 10. There's like 6 modifiers.
Yep.
You can very quickly learn all of that information, and it becomes about the activations. And I think, yeah.
So everyone, the reason I think wrong camera. this is the, no, sorry about all the stains on there and whatever. So this is the firing summary, and you're not gonna be able to see because it's not focusing, but basically, you know, the target type, this is pretty much everything but vehicles. And then the firer, what's firing on them depends on how many D10 you roll, how many morale hits, and that's why this is made up, because it's not intuitive necessarily. I guess maybe it kind of is intuitive, like that machine gun team can really lay on some morale hits, but you kind of have to, for your first few games, it's going to take, okay, that's going to be 2D10 always, you know. So I think that's one thing. I think, and it's interesting. So this is the first time I've ever played it opposed. I don't think McMurray and I have ever played this against each other. I always feel a little like it's kind of like a little flat after playing it. I always feel like that was okay, but I never feel like, oh yeah, that was cool. You know what I mean? I don't know.
We didn't play long enough for my target to blow up both of your tanks. That would have felt cool.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. That's why I'm glad we're stopping. I was all on board with that. Oh, see, look, Mini War Mutt, a lot of rule book reading.
Yeah, I definitely see this game as part of my future. I
cool.
Definitely, I'm not put off by the simplicity, because I think granularity is complexity, and complexity is the enemy of fun. I absolutely want there to be a difference between a Jeep with a machine gun and a Tiger tank. But when they're firing at infantry, they're both machine guns. I'm not sure how much difference it makes.
Yeah. Well, that's that excites me. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely. I want to try it with 28mm miniatures for sure.
Yeah.
It feels better, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And I apologize that there aren't 15mm British infantry in actual European stuff. They're on the painting stand.
So hey,
tell me what the desert with them.
Yeah, I'm used to playing with McMurray, who never has his bases done. So I'm used to this kind of low level gaming. I'm good. It's all good.
Right. Well, I thought it was forgivable on this particular.
It is. I'm just trying. I'm needling him.
What did you think? So you normally play it
solo.
You play a lot of the games solo, because you do a lot of rules testing and stress testing of rules, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and McMurray's really trying to get me to play tonight, but it's not going to happen. So sorry, bro. Because I lose to him often. No, it's just not going to happen. I got stuff going on. I don't know. I'm still not sure. I do like you're right. I like the simplicity of it. And I think I am kind of coming to a little simpler game. So, because, you know, I can just put it on the table and play it. I don't have to remember a bunch of stuff. There's just little things to remember here and there, right? Like I had to look up a couple things. But if you were playing this semi regularly, it wouldn't be that. You're going to fly to England to play him. I'm sure you'd be on board with that. So yeah, that's funny. I'm not quite sure. I still feel a little not sure about it. I don't know why though, because it is so easy, and it should be right up my alley. Because again, I feel like this is something like, you know, a lot of us play Fistful of Lead. I feel like Blitzkrieg Command. It's simple enough where you could add, if it really bothered you, or you wanted to simulate a particular battle, you could make a little change. Like, hey, I'm sorry, these tanks are only going to be able to fire a machine gun at the infantry, and that's a 2d10, and just roll it as an infantry unit or something. I don't know. You could just make it real simple. How, not when you're online here with us, but in all your years of gaming, have you done much house ruling on stuff? Or do you always try to play just rules as written? I'm just curious.
No, it's a phase that I've been through, if you will. There was certainly a time in my life. I had the misfortune of, in my younger days, I guess, being massively bruised and beaten by being part of a war games group where the guy who hosted the game had rewritten the rules. And they'd been so horrendously rewritten in favor of the way he liked to play.
Yeah.
And that was all house ruling. I'm talking about a guy, and it was really unnecessarily complicated. So, for example, if you made a half move, then you could take a half shot.
Okay.
And this is where you got shooting on 7 figures firing at factor 7 against targets close order in cover. Does 0.2 of a casualty kind of thing. Roll a d10 on a 2 or less, you score a casualty.
Okay.
So you could fractionalize the firing, right? But then within that, would be a million special rules, like horse artillery can prolong, which means they can limber up and make a half move and still shoot before they go. And it's just like, mate, you're just writing rules to suit you.
Yeah.
And nobody can query anything because although you've rewritten the rules, they're in your hands, and you may have changed them since then. You know,
yeah. Okay.
House ruling. I'm really against it because it never makes a game more simple. It always makes a game more complicated.
Well, yeah, exactly. Now, I did read some things here. Let's talk about here in a minute, the rules as written. But even like that thing I said, like, yeah, that's right. Just throw half a bullet there. Just throw the top part. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. But even me saying like, okay, if that tank can only roll 2d10 like an infantry unit, well, then even that adds complication because like, well, I don't know what's this mean. So David, before I talk about the rules, I think David had a comment here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've played enough conventions. You kind of have to do what your people like, and there'll be people that'll come up to this and go like, you notice that difference. It's like, hey, it's okay, whatever. Tanks can fire on infantry. That's cool. It's not what or you're going to go like, it's the worst game ever, and I'm never playing it. I asked about the house rule thing because of that just adding that little thing. And as you've talked like, yeah, maybe it's not. The St. Louis area is very well known for, ask McMurray. The games are very much house rules. It is rare the game that is played rules is written. Now I'm talking about at conventions with certain groups. There, when there's bolt action going on, they're playing up, that stuff's rules is written. But so real quick, is there so I'm reading this firing on the QRS. I'd have to actually read the rules, but just to speed up reading here.
Yeah.
It says, okay, so infantry anti-tank assault must be touching non-front of vehicle. So I wonder if that 3 weapon that we were giving them, but that, Anyway, so there is something about that. And if units are touching, no cover, smoke modifiers apply. So the way we played that one in the building is correct. It's just a matter of, will we allow it? Okay, so.
Yes, absolutely. So in that respect, I guess I have quite a lot of house rules.
Oh, okay. So maybe explain that to me a little bit. I don't know.
James is saying there's the difference between house rules and a group of people choosing to play in a certain way. So, and he's used bolt action, for example. In bolt action, you're often in a situation saying you can take a machine gun in the squad, or even 2 machine guns in the squad. The sergeant can have an SMG, and up to 3 models can have assault rifles, and the remainder have got rifles, but one of them can have a Panzerfaust. It's like, yeah, we try not to play like that because those units are really complicated when it comes to shooting.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not so much a rule. That's about saying, well, why don't you take a unit which has got all assault weapons if you want to do that, rather than putting 3 different weapon types in the same unit.
I mean, I think isn't that just kind of meta? Like that's the meta of your group is.
Yeah. But it's for gameplay though.
Yeah, but it's also a part of the rule. I mean, you're playing by the rules. Correct? I mean, the rules are, you don't have to mix
We're not changing the rules. We're just not using all of the options available because they're bad for gameplay.
Yep, I got
you. Bad for results. They're bad for gameplay.
That is 100%. You're right, James. Yeah, that is different. Now, so that is something with this game, though. Like Kaiser and I had to do with with the building. There's some things you're going to have that have to house rule because there are no rules.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out what feels best to you. And, like that assault, as I did it, and it was good for me, It was good. Was it good for you? It was good for me. Sorry. It felt a little weird after I did. I'm like, I don't know if that, like, but then
I said, there are narrative ways of explaining that which make more sense.
100%. I could go with either way. Like, yeah, I mean, they were facing the other direction. They were. There's so many things that could happen there. Okay, well, this is interesting.
Now, in other systems, there are assault rules, right? And absolutely, and that's often a problem. So it give you the counterpoint to it. I think bolt action's got a level of simplicity, and it's a well-known system, so it's a good one to compare to. I've been in a situation where I've gone into a game with sort of 6-man units, and the other guy's got 10-man units. And in bolt action, if somebody's in hard cover and gone down, you need a 7 to hit them, even at point blank range with shooting. And if you assault somebody, all of the pin markers are irrelevant in assault. It's just a straight fight, number of models against number of models.
That drives me crazy.
And what that means is it was utterly impossible for me to remove this utterly battered unit that had like 5 or 6 pins on it in the middle of the table. I needed to get a 7 to get any of those pins on him, you know.
Yeah.
Because I had to use the assault rolls, and whereas they said no. Like, what do those guys do? Is they surrender? That's not an assault. As soon as somebody looks like they're going in there, these guys are going to give up. But bolt action is it's interesting because when you've got 2 pins on you, you're -2 to hit in the D6 system. You're pretty useless at that point. When you've got 4 pins on you, you're -4 to hit. But you need to get to 9 before your unit surrenders.
No, that is always interesting to me in bolt action. I remember that. And I like bolt action a lot because to me, I don't know, there's something about it. So after playing bolt action, again, a lot of solo, I always feel really cool. Like, oh yeah, that was really cool. But that thing always bugged me. I'm like, well, what's the heck of point of, I guess the point of pinning them is they can't react fire? Or is that not? Whatever.
Well, they'd have all the penalties to hit with the closing.
Yeah, so it's harder for them to hit you.
But if you've gone with 6-man units and they've got 10 men, odds are you're not going to beat them.
Yeah,
in combat. No. And when you do close combat in bolt action, somebody is eliminated after 1 round of combat.
Okay.
You don't fight multiple rounds, and their shock doesn't count. You know, I really feel that it should. And I think things were made concessions to convenience. They could say that only half your pins count. You know, they could have had a table. They could have done a number of things, but it's not a system that is about creating more rules.
Okay, I think I've solved your one challenge with the rules. A successful hit inflicts a morale marker on armor, but only if the weapon is capable of exceeding the target's armor value against vehicles. So those infantry could never inflict a morale marker on those tanks, unless they get into contact on the side. So an infantry detachment that attacks a vehicle by contacting it always penetrates on a roll of 10, which would happen anyway because my Firefly, if you contacted the side and you hit it, which, well, you could miss it, but whatever. So if you hit it, you have a weapon value of 3 and my side's 11, so you just need to roll an 8. But if you rolled a 10, because say your weapon value was 0,
yeah,
you would still.
I understand what you're saying, but how many tanks have got a side armor of greater than 10? It says that because that's the only. It needs to be greater than 10 before infantry can't shoot at you, right? It has to be capable of penetrating.
Correct. That's probably more relevant.
+3.
Say again.
So actually, you need to get up to like Churchills, Comets. You can penetrate a Sherman Jumbo. It's got a 12 on the side, and if you've got +3 in infantry, so you rolled a 9, you penetrate it.
Right, but you have to be in contact with it.
If you're not capable of penetrating it, you said.
So if they're just firing from any distance, like half an inch or further, whatever, not contacting him, they would not be able to even inflict a morale hit on that tank because they cannot penetrate that armor.
Yeah, but they can, like I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You said you can. Okay. Yeah,
because
I'm sorry.
got a weapon value of 3 and you add a D10 to that.
Oh, yeah.
So infantry can shoot tanks in the side until you get to like Pershings, Tigers.
Oh, yeah. So never mind. I didn't solve your problem.
Because a basic infantry detachment, yeah, weapon value 3.
All right, then. Well, darn, I thought I'd solved it.
They can't damage them. They can't do it from the front.
They cannot assault from the front, nor, yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's if it didn't have unlimited range, I wouldn't be bothered about it.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Because squad level and these bases represent squads, right?
Yes. So like the
3 bases.
Yes. So, the Germans will have a machine gun in that squad for sure. So, lighter armored and not again that penetrate, but
yeah. But if you're talking about things like Piat and Bazooka, you do actually have to buy them separately. You equip the squad with them.
Yep, they're 8 points.
Yeah. So what are those weapons? That's 10 or 15 guys. What are they? They're shooting machine guns. Is what they're saying. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about shooting a tank in the side with a machine gun. How much effect it has? It has some, though. It does have some.
I'm gonna spend a little time. I don't know. Maybe the tanks are they're the commander's got his hatch out and he's hanging out on. I don't know. Yeah. Like you said, abstractions, but it does start to get a little fishy. I mean, I don't know. I guess you hit the commander and then the guy doesn't button up. He just keeps sticking his head out. I mean, but
then the loader sticks his head out instead.
What happened? Oh, I'm going to kind of just plunk around on some of the Facebook groups, kind of see what people have said about that, and make sure I'm going to kind of reread everything, make sure I'm reading it right. But I think it is right. I think it's probably not your preferred. Let's see. Did James say house rules, bolt action? Oh, okay, yeah. So they're squads. I don't know. It's certainly in some ways there's almost not much to discuss because it's kind of what it is, right? I mean, there's except for the gaming of the chip. I mean, I failed many rolls on activating, on reacting. I failed a lot of those rolls. So
and I like all of that stuff. I really do. I think they're good things to have. I like bolt action, but bolt action doesn't let you push it. It does give you the chance of a double turn with one unit, and it's got some flexibility. But this allows you to really push capability through certain units.
Yeah. I really felt the weight of when you're playing another person, there's more pressure, there's a little more like tension, which is cool. Kind of wondering what you're going to do. And I had that tank over there with 4 things. And I'm like, well, I don't want to, like I did one of my rolls. I wasted it on a guy because he had and I had to roll like a 5 or a 6 to activate, to react. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Right. It's kind of a very unlikely. And I kind of wasted a thing. Reacting. So reacting was always something interesting to me too, because I always wanted to be able to react. So I'm going to have to kind of reread these. So like, let's say you were running, like you said, from behind the woods into that building. So in 7 Days to the River Rhine, that machine gun was kind of doing a lot of damage up there. So he's on that hill. He's got a great view down that road. You guys have to dash across that road, and I'm like firing that machine gun down that line there. In 7 Days to the River Rhine, I have to have, if I read it correctly, I have to have visual contact with that unit that's starting its move and react to that guy to shoot at it. So I'm like, I couldn't even do that shooting because I couldn't see you. Here, it doesn't talk about that.
7 Days to the River Rhine is the sort of Team Yankee to play.
Yeah. And all the pictures in there are Team Yankee models. Right. So once per enemy activation, a player may attempt to interrupt the other side at any point of the enemy unit's movement and before any dice are rolled, which is kind of a little bit like not the same thing, because it's like, and before any dice are rolled.
But it started with May.
What?
It started with May, so I may interrupt you at any point in the movement, and still May before any dice are rolled.
Okay, that's how you. That's perfect. That's okay.
I would read that like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It started with May.
So once the player with the initiative, so in your case, I'm running across the road to that building. The active player has declared an action. So once you've declared an action, including a company morale test, if it's your second one, or the interrupting player may declare a reaction. My Panzer IV will fire as your Sherman crosses the road. Okay. I spend the command token. Blah, blah, blah. Regardless of modifiers, a 6 always succeeds. Okay. Okay, blah, blah, blah. If the reacting player passes, the unit is activated and takes an action before the opponent. Reactive units may declare that they will shoot and move and shoot. So yeah, that's kind of a cool thing too. Like you could move somebody and reposition them, or I do like the shoot and move thing. I think that's
most systems don't let you do that. You can move and shoot, but you can't shoot and move.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. So I could shoot that. I love the idea of the tank shooting and then kind of moving behind a building. I think that's just such a cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really happened, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that they've done a good job of working out which rules really improve gameplay. Shoot and move is a gameplay decision, right? It's not about historical accuracy or any of that as simulation. It's about it's good for players to make more choices.
Yeah.
The activation. This game is all about player choices, command decisions, which a lot of other games claim to be about.
Yeah.
It abstracts a lot of other rules, and I don't think it suffers for it. As I say, the infantry shooting at tanks is pretty much the only circumstance.
Yeah.
Again, is that the close range thing is 12 inches. So actually, a lot of firing is suffering a penalty. When you're shooting across the board, you're only twice as far away as the point blank range modifier, aren't you?
Yeah.
And like infantry at close range get an extra dice, right?
They get 2d10, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to kind of read all the firing rules just to kind of look at that, and like I said,
look at all those niches.
Look at comments and just see kind of what people are saying about it, but if anything. All right. Well, I'm curious if Kiwi Gamer, or who? Not Kiwi Gamer. Is that the name? Who's the name?
Kiwi Gamer.
If he's still on with us. So being able to reactivate a unit more than once in a turn lets you plan and execute an attack in one turn.
Yeah, I really, really like that.
Yeah. Hey, Kiwi Gamer, I'm curious, what's the most that you remember tokens you've had on each side? Because like these guys talk about playing huge games. They're like, oh, you have like huge games with these. I'm like, holy cow, dude. 30 tokens, 40 tokens? That'd be a 50, 60 tokens. That'd be a lot.
Sounds like.
But you could play. I mean, the cool thing about this, you could play big battles and there's not a lot of rules to remember, so you can really focus on the.
Yeah, the firing mechanics are simple.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's one of the things that and I don't think it loses much for it because of the amount of damage you have to. If you're just getting single hits, you got to get a lot of single hits to remove the model. Right, Todd, we're longing it out now, I think. Guys, thanks for watching. I see more Iron Cross in my future. I think there's a lot to like about it, a lot to learn to implement in other systems and so forth. Always good to see new rules, especially if I don't have to buy and paint a whole new armies for it. Thank you for being on, Todd. Just remind the beautiful people at home where they can find you on the internet.
So Wardrobe plays World War II. So that's Wardrobe plays WW2. On YouTube is the primary place I want people to go. I don't have anything on Facebook or Discord or anything like that. I just show up in groups as Wardrobe or Todd, and that's it, man. Find my videos. I've got some Iron Cross on there. There's not a lot of people with Iron Cross. That's one reason. So it's nice to get some more Iron Cross content on here. So that's cool. Thanks for having me on, man. It's great. It's been fun, and I'm glad you. helped you learn a game that you liked. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm really pleased about that. Which I couldn't say about Blitzkrieg Commander. So, which is another one of Todd's favorite games. You own the Facebook page for that, don't you?
Not anymore. I got booted out.
You got booted out of your own Facebook page. Awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right. So coming up in the next few days, I am just putting the final stages. Well, basically just got to upload it and let it render on YouTube. The Kursk Flames of War starter set, which James and I have reviewed. That's probably coming out tomorrow, maybe Monday. On Tuesday night, we've got Discourse Miniatures back in a live show. I'm going to talk about miniature agnostic systems and 3D printing and why Games Workshop is evil. You know, her kind of big topics there. And towards the end of the week, maybe some bolt action. I'm not sure. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
See ya.